In this video, I bring you my 18th episode of my fish rescue series. So for this one, I went out to Waltham, Massachusetts, to the home of an individual who had inherited a koi pond with the home he had purchased. A beautiful, beautiful koi pond that you see right here with the water drain down a bit. And he really just wanted to reduce the number of koi fish he had to make the maintenance on the pond a lot easier. So I picked up 10 koi fish from him. We selected the ones that he wanted to get rid of. And these are the fish you guys are seeing right here. This is the first one. This fish measures in at 13 inches long with some great yellow gold coloration and beautiful fins. Nothing wrong there. It kind of looks like there's something on the fish's head, but that's actually just a little stick floating in the water. So this fish looks excellent. Moving on to the second koi, this one is 12 inches long and it's all black with some lighter areas that look like they're just different colored scales, but they could also potentially be scale damage. I'm not entirely sure, but the fins look pretty good, so I'm not too worried about this fish. Koi number 3 comes in at roughly 13 inches. It's all white with a couple of darker scales here and there and maybe one or two small red spots. But all in all, this fish also looks very healthy. Fins look to be in good condition. The fourth koi is 14 inches long, and this one is beautiful, and it's also pretty interesting to me because it almost looks like it's a halfway standard fin, halfway long fin. The fins aren't super long like a long fin, but they're also longer than a standard fin, so this one's really interesting to me, and I like this one a lot. Not to mention the color pattern's pretty unique, and it's not something I've really had on any koi so far to date. The fifth koi is on the smaller side for this bunch. This one comes in at 11 inches long. A little bit of damage to the rear fin, as you can see there at the top. So that's going to need some attention. The side fins look good. The rest of the fish looks good. Just that rear fin on the back there. What you don't notice about this koi, because the camera doesn't quite pick it up in this lighting, is that this koi actually looks pretty blue. This koi has a nice kind of blue tint to it, which I like a lot, and you don't usually see them get this big and retain a blue tint. So I like this one a lot, and I'm just going to have to pay some attention to that tail fin. Koi number 6 is all orange and has all sort of little white spots covering the body. This one is 12 inches long. The head kind of looks a little skinny to me, but the body looks pretty fat, so it could be a male, it could be a female. I'm very, very bad at telling these sexes apart when it comes to koi, but the fins look great and I don't see any red spots or anything, so this fish looks very healthy as well. Koi number 7 is the other small fish in the group. This one is also 11 inches long. Good fins, no little red spots anywhere on the body that I can see. This one looks very healthy as well, and this one has a nice little pattern that kind of reminds me of a cow. Koi number 8 is another dark colored koi that is sort of tough to see. This one has more of a dark brown than a black. And this one's more uniform in color than the other one. All the scales seem to be that darker color. I don't see many light colored scales. This one's pretty big. I'm gonna guess this one's a female just given the size of the belly. Might have some eggs inside of her, but the fins look pretty good. All in all, looks like a very healthy koi. And this one measures in at 12 inches long. The next fish here is also a darker colored koi. You can see that the owner was trying to get rid of some of the harder to see koi in his pond, so those are the ones I ended up with. This one is also 12 inches long. The body on this one's a lot more black-gray with a little bit of brown on the side fins and on the tip of the nose, but what's interesting about this one that you can't really see that well is that the underside of this koi is actually all orange, which is kind of neat. It's not very visible from the top, but if you were to look at this fish from below, it's actually very visible, which is an interesting pattern, and I bet would give it a lot of good defense against a great blue heron. The fins on this one look nice and healthy, and this is a nice looking fish. And for this episode of Fish Rescue, I saved the best for last because I was amazed with this fish. I love the pattern on it. I think this fish is awesome. It is 14 inches long. And when the owner said that we'd be removing this fish, I got very, very excited because I've always seen fish that have patterns like this with shininess and then kind of like orange-brown that's not as shiny. I just love the pattern on this fish. The one thing to note is this one also has a damaged tail fin, almost identical to that earlier fish I showed you. The top of the tail fin has some damage. But besides that, this fish is really, really nice, and I'm very excited to get this fish in my pond because I've always wanted a fish with a pattern like this, and this fish is beautiful looking. So that's going to wrap up this episode of Fish Rescue. We got 10 koi all in all. and it was very successful, and I'm excited to start nursing some of these fish back to health and taking care of the ones that are in good shape as well. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, hit that like button down below, and if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. And as always, thank you for watching.